The sound came before the image. A weak, uneven cry, almost swallowed by the hot wind of the savanna. It wasn't loud. It wasn't frantic. It was worse than that. It was the kind of sound that only exists when strength is already running out. The zebra foal had been trapped in the mud for far too long. Its thin, fragile legs were sunk deep, almost to the knees. Every attempt to move only pulled its body lower, as if the ground itself were alive, dragging it down. Mud already covered part of its chest. Its muzzle trembled. Its wide eyes searched for something that never came. There was no herd, no mother, only open land, heavy silence, and fear. A few meters away, an elderly woman stood watching in silence. Her gray hair, loosely tied back, betrayed the heat of the day. Her hands, marked by time, gripped a small wooden stick she used to support herself while walking. Her steps were slow and careful, the steps of someone who had learned long ago that falling comes at a high cost. She shouldn't have been there. Not at her age. Not facing that danger. She knew this land. She knew what mud could do to large animals. She had heard stories of young, strong people who never made it out. Mud does not choose its victims. It simply waits. The woman took a deep breath. The foal tried to move again, failed, sank a little deeper. The sound it made was weaker this time. Something tightened in her chest. It wasn't courage yet. It was something else. It was memory. For a moment, she didn't see an animal. She saw vulnerability. She saw abandonment. She saw something small facing something far too big. And then, without a speech in her head, without conscious heroism, she took her first step forward. Her foot sunk almost to the ankle. The mud was cold, heavy. She froze for a second. Her entire body warned her that this was a terrible idea, that no one would blame her for turning around, that this wasn't her responsibility. She could walk away, and she would live with that. But the foal slipped again. Its muzzle nearly disappeared beneath the surface. The sound it made no longer felt like a cry. It felt like a plea. She moved forward. Every step was a negotiation with her own body. The mud pulled, clung, slowed her down, turned each movement into effort and exhaustion. Her legs ached, her balance wavered. The stick sunk more than it helped. Her breathing grew heavy now. The sun climbed higher. Time passed. "Hold on," she whispered, unsure whether she was speaking to the foal or to herself. The foal trembled. Its eyes no longer moved as much. Its small body was beginning to give up. When she reached close enough to touch it, the mud had risen to her knees. The weight of her own body felt doubled. One wrong move, and she wouldn't come back out. She reached out her hand. Her fingers touched wet, cold fur, coated in mud. The foal reacted with a weak spasm, still alive, still there. She tried to pull. Nothing moved. She tried again. Still nothing. Her body shook now. Her heart raced. The air felt thin. The mud continued to rise, slow and patient. And then it happened. Her foot slipped. She fell hard onto her knees. Mud surged up her thighs. The stick fell out of reach. For a moment that lasted far too long, she was stuck. In that instant, there was no rescuer and no victim. There were two lives trapped in the same mistake. Fear hit her, raw and sudden. Her throat tightened. She thought about how no one knew she was there. She thought about how this could end. She maybe thought she had gone too far. The foal made a sound, barely audible. She closed her eyes. Then she opened them. There was no elegant choice left, no clean retreat, only now. She leaned forward, pressed her body against the foals, and pushed with everything she had left. She used her shoulder, her weight, her pain, her will. The mud resisted. For one endless second, nothing happened. And then it gave way. The foal came free with a sudden jerk. It collapsed onto solid ground on the other side, completely covered in mud, shaking, gasping, alive. She fell backwards, exhausted, breathing in short, broken bursts, her heart pounding wildly. It took several seconds before she could move again. With effort, she managed to pull herself out of the deepest part of the mud. She stood there, watching. The foal tried to stand, fell, tried again. This time, it stayed upright, wobbling. Minutes later, shapes appeared on the horizon. The herd was returning. The mother recognized the foal and ran towards it. There was movement, sound, life rushing back into place. The woman watched in silence. She didn't approach. She didn't wait for anything. Slowly, she turned around, picked up her stick, and began to walk away, limping slightly, her clothes covered in mud, her body aching. Perhaps no one will ever know her name. Perhaps no one will ever know she was there. But that day, the difference between life and death wasn't strength, speed, or instinct. It was a choice. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward when your entire body tells you to stop, simply because someone needs you. And sometimes, that is enough.